Hello everyone, I welcome you all back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you guys how to sew this beautiful gypsy dress with a ruffle sleeve. If today is your first time, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and to my current subscribers, thank you all for supporting me. So let's dive right into the pattern drafting. I have my bust, my underbust, and my waist. These are my vertical measurement, my bust, my underbust, my waist. So from the starting point, that is from this upper part, I'll go ahead and chalk down my shoulder. My shoulder is 16 inches divided by 2, I have 8 inches. So from that 8 inches, I'll come down by 1 inches for my shoulder slope. And from the 1 inches, I'll come down by 8 inches for my armhole. My armhole is 8 inches. So after that, I'll go ahead and rule out a straight line from my shoulder slope down to my armhole. So this is my armhole line. So after that, I'll go ahead and measure from my shoulder, okay? From my shoulder down to my armhole. From shoulder down to my armhole, what I have here is 9 inches. So I'll measure it out here also. Here is 9 inches, okay? So I'll go ahead and rule out a straight line here. So this line now will be my chest line, also known as my armhole line. So now I have my chest line, my bust, my under bust, and my waist. So next, I'll go ahead and chop down half of my nipple to nipple measurement, okay? My nipple to nipple is 8 inches divided by 2, I have 4 inches. So I'll rule out a straight line from my bust point down to my waist. So after that, I'll go ahead and chop down my strap length. That is where I want my bustier to start. I'll be using strap length 7 inches. You can use 8 or 9 inches depending on how deep you want it to be. But here I'll be using 7 inches. Okay, so I'll go ahead and rule out a straight line. This is my strap length. So next, on my strap length line, that's on this line, I'll chalk down half of my nipple to nipple measurements plus 1 inches, which is 5 inches. Okay, this is 5 inches. Then I'll go ahead and connect from my bust point to that 5 inches. So this is what I have. Okay. So next, on my under bust, I'll be coming out on both sides by 1 inches, okay? If you're very busty, go ahead and come out by 1.5 inches. On my under bust and also on my waistline. So this is what I have. So after doing that, I'll go ahead and connect it to my bust point this way. Slightly curve it up, okay? And this is what I have. So I'll go ahead and extend this my strap length line, okay? So next, from that 5 inches, I'll chalk down 3 inches for my suppression gap. If you're very busty, go ahead and use 3.5 inches. Then connect it from the bust point to meet your suppression gap. This way, and this is what I have. Okay, this is my suppression gap. If you're very busty, go ahead and use 3.5 inches. So next, I'll go ahead and chalk down the circumference of my bust. Okay, that is my bust divided by 4. Measure out this dart and replace it back. What I have there is 0.5 inches, and I'll replace it back. Okay, this is my bust. My under bust divided by 4 plus my 2 inches dart, I'll chalk it down. I'll repeat the same process on my waist. Okay, after that, I'll go ahead and connect the points together. And this is what I have. Okay, so next, I'll go ahead and measure from here to my bust point. Okay, whatever I have, I'll carry it to the other line, that is this line. Then I'll chalk it down. Okay, from here to here is equal to from here to here. Okay, so they're not equal. So next, I'll connect from my chest line to that point. It's going to be very sharp from my chest line. So I came down by 1 inches from my chest line. Then I'll connect it to that point. Okay, connecting it from my chest line directly is going to be very sharp. So I came down by 1 inches from my chest line and I connected it to that point. So next, for my strap length, I came down by 1.5 inches and I connected it this way to meet my dart line. Okay, I want it to have a sweetheart neckline. I don't want it to be straight. So after that, go ahead and cut out your pattern. Our front pattern is ready. Okay, this is what we have. So let's go back to the back pattern. So this is my back pattern. I left 2 inches for zip allowance. Okay, this is my bust. This one here is my under bust, and the last one is my waist. Okay, this is my under bust. So now from the starting line, I'll chalk down half of my shoulder measurement, which is 8 inches. I will chalk it down. From that 8 inches, I'll come down by 1 inches for my shoulder slope. And from the 1 inches, I'll come down by 8 inches for my armhole. So I'm going to rule out a straight line from my shoulder slope down to my armhole line. So after that, I'll measure from my shoulder to my armhole line. What I have there is 9 inches. I'll measure it here also. Then I'll go ahead and rule out a straight line. This line here now is my chest line, also known as my armhole line. Okay. After doing that, I'll go ahead and chalk down half of my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4 inches. I'll chalk it down on my waist, on my chest line, down to my waistline. Okay. I'll rule out a straight line. This is what I have. This is my dart line. So next, I'll go ahead and come down by 8 inches for my strap length for the back. Remember, I used 7 inches for the front. I want the back to be deeper than the front part, okay? So I'll be using 8 inches for the back. So this is my strap length, okay? So next, on the both part of my waist, that is this dart line, I'll be coming out on both sides by 0.5. I made a mistake on the other side. I came out by 0.25 instead of 0.5, okay? I noticed this after I was done recording. So make sure you came out by 0.5 on both sides while doing your own, okay? So after that, I'll go ahead and chalk down the circumference of my body. That is my bust divided by 4. I'll start from this line, okay? My bust divided by 4, I'll chalk it down. My under bust divided by 4, I will chalk it down. Then my waist divided by 4 plus my 1 inches dart, okay? I will chalk it down. Then I'm going and connect the points together. I'll be adding my sewing allowance while cutting out my fabric. So this is what I have for the back, okay? So now on my waistline, this is on this waistline, I'll be coming in by 1 inches, okay? For my to eliminate zipper bulge, okay? Then I'm connected to the upper side this way. This particular part now is going out, okay? So after doing that, remember I came down by 1 inches on the front pattern. So on this back pattern also, I'll go ahead and come down by 1 inches. Then I'll connect it to my dart line this way, okay? Connect it this way. So after doing that, this is what I have for my back pattern. Then I'll go ahead and start cutting out my pattern, okay? I'm done drafting. Just watch the way I'm doing it. Split this part into two, and this is what I have. Okay, on my front pattern, I'll go ahead and cut out my waistline, okay? I forgot to do that. This is what I have. So I have my front and I have my back pattern. So let's go over to cutting out our fabric. I'll be using a London crepe for this particular tutorial, and I'll be using four yards of London crepe, okay? I want it to be very full. So I'll be using 4 yards. This is 4 yards of London crepe, okay? So let's go ahead and start cutting out. So guys, this is the front pattern and my back pattern. As you can see, I added 0.5 inches round for my sewing allowance. This is what I have. I have 4 pieces of each, okay? I'll be using the same fabric for my lining and also for my material. That is for the upper parts. So I have 4 pieces of this and this also. But for the center piece, I have just 2 pieces of it. One will serve as my main fabric and the other will serve as my lining, okay? So now I'll go ahead and add my cloth gum and my wadding to it, okay? So let's go and do that, guys. So this is what I have. I've added my cloth gum and my wadding to it, okay? to make it strong and firm. So make sure you add cloth gum and wadding to it, okay? This is what I have. I have my main fabric and also my lining all together here. Remember, I'm using the same fabric, okay, for both. So this is what I have. This is the front part, okay? So this is what I have. So now I'll go ahead and start joining the both side. Like I'll join the center piece to the side piece together this way. I'll join them using 0.5 inches. So guys, this is what I have. I'm done joining them. As you can see, it's looking very strong and firm, okay? This is the front part and this is the back part, okay? I've also joined this side, okay? Make sure you open and press very well to give your work a neat finishing, okay? This part I notch is my zip side. Okay, this is what I have. So now I'll go ahead and join the back side to the front side. Okay, I'll do that on both sides, both the main fabric and the lining together. So let's go and do that. So guys, I'm done doing that. As you can see, I've joined the back to the front, and this is what I have. It's looking so neat, okay? So now I'll go ahead and use my lining to turn my main fabric, okay? Right side facing right side this way. I'll pin it down and I'll sew the upper side and the side, okay? I'll leave just the down part, okay? So let's go and do that. So this is it guys, I'm done sewing the upper part and also the side, and this is what I have. As you can see, it's looking so neat and my cup came out very well. So make sure you open and press very well, okay? So after doing that, I'll go ahead and measure the circumference of my waist, okay? Just watch the way I'm doing it. Measure the circumference of my waist, whatever I have. I'll be using the circumference of my waist to cut out my gathers, okay? So if you check the picture on my thumbnail, we have two step gathers there, okay? The first gathers and the second gathers, okay? The first gather is very short, while the second one is very long, okay? So for the first gather, I'm using the circumference of my waist times 3. That will be the length of my gathers, okay? While the height will be 13 inches. I'm using height 13 inches. What I have here now is 13 inches. That is the height of my first gathers. While the length of my first gathers will be the circumference of my waist times 3 in times 3. Okay? So now you go ahead and gather it and attach it to the waist of your fabric. Okay, so let's go and do that. So guys, this is what we have. As you can see, the height here is 13 inches, while the length of my first gathers is the circumference of my waist times 3 inches. So this is for our first gathers. So let's go back to the second gathers, okay? So now I will be tracing from the upper part of my dart down to the down part. Then I will give it a notch, okay? Clip that part. This is what we have. So now I'll measure from my left to that point, and also I'll measure from my right to that point, okay? So let's do that. Just watch the way I'm doing it, okay? Measure from the left part and stop at the notch, okay? After that, whatever you have, okay, you times it by 3, okay, and write it down. So now measure from the notch to the right part. Just watch the way I'm doing it, okay? From this point to the right side, that is to the zip side, okay? So whatever you have, you write it down and times it by 3. I want the gathers to be very full, okay? And the both sides will overlap each other. So let's go and do that. So this is what I have guys, okay? I have the right side and also the left side. My material was not enough, so I did times 2 for the both sides instead of times 3, okay? Make sure you sew the edges. Just watch the way I'm going to fix it. So this is the down part. Okay, so I first of all fix the right side. I will sew on top. Okay, make sure you sew on top. From this point I will sew on top, then the other side I'll also sew on top. The both sides will overlap each other. Okay, you go in by 1 inches and the both sides will overlap each other. So guys, this is it. I'm done sewing and this is what I have. Okay, as you can see, make sure you sew the down part on top, and as you can see, the both sides overlap each other. That is for the slit at the down part. This is what I have. Okay, I did times 2 at the down part instead of times 3. My fabric was not enough, so this is what I have, guys. As you can see, it's looking so beautiful. So next I'll go ahead and attach my zipper to it. Okay, but before then I'll be fixing my ruffle sleeve. Okay, I'll be fixing my ruffle sleeve. So to do that, remember I used 7 inches for my strap length for the front and 8 inches for the back. Okay, so 7 plus 8 inches, I have 15 inches. So I'll be adding 1 inches for my sewing allowance, which is 16 inches. So the length of my sleeve will be 16 inches. Okay, and for the height I'll be using 2 inches. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut it out after sewing. So we'll still fold it into 2, so that after sewing you'll be having 0.75. So what I have here is 16 by 2 inches. Okay, now for the ruffles, go ahead and cut out whatever length that you want, depending on how full you want yours to be. Okay, so I'll be using height 5 inches. Okay, I'll be using height 5 inches for the both side. What I have here is 10 inches, so I'm going to divide it into 2, and I'll be having 5 inches on both sides. Okay, I'll be using this for the ruffles. Okay, for the both side. So let's go and start sewing. So this is the sleeve. Okay, which is the 16 by 2 inches. After sewing it, this is what I have, and I'll be using this particular one for the ruffles. Okay, that is this one I'm holding. Okay, you can use any length that you want, depending on how full you want it. Okay, make sure you sew the edges. Okay, make sure you sew the edges and then go ahead and gather it the way I'm doing it right here. Then place it on this sleeve and sew the middle part. Okay, so let's go and do the both side. So this is it, guys. As you can see, I'm done gathering, and make sure you place it on the sleeve. Okay, then sew the middle and hold the both parts, like hold the both of them together. So now I'll be hand tacking it to my dress. I'll place it on my front dart and I will hand tack it. Okay, and I'll do the same thing on the back side. Make sure you place it on the 2 dart line. Go ahead and hand tack it. Okay, I'll do the both side. Then after doing that, I'll attach my zipper to it, and that is it, guys. Okay, as you can see, it's looking so beautiful. And this is the back side. This is the back side. So I'm going and attach my zipper. Okay, and this is the inside. It's looking so neat and beautiful. Okay, so this is the final look, guys. Thank you all for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share for more videos. Okay, bye.